Right, welcome to this major announcement for the channel. I think a very exciting announcement, and that's concerning the Imperial Knights. I had planned to have an Imperial Knights army, 2,000 points of Imperial Knights, a standalone force, to go up against the other factions. Very excited about that. The plan initially was to take my House Raven Imperial Knight that I have fighting alongside my AdMech, he's incorporated into that list, and then take him out and then make a separate House Raven list for Imperial Knights. That was the plan, but there's been a shift in direction. Instead, I'm going to keep my House Raven Imperial Knight in with the Adeptus Mechanicus, let that be a standalone army, and instead get a different household, House Terran, and have that painted up on commission. It's been done by Legofingerz. He's just starting out in the painting commission business, and I've got the first Imperial Knight has arrived from him. If you check him out, he's on Instagram, so just look up Legofingerz. That's Lego and then Fingers, spelled with a Z at the end. You'll see all the images that he has, all the different paintwork he's done and commissions, and if you scroll all the way down you'll see one of the early pictures of an Imperial Knight from House Terran. It's that knight that I have here, so I already have one of the knights done. This is one that he previously painted up. I've always liked this colour scheme. It's my favourite colour for Imperial Knights, favourite household. When Imperial Knights first came out, the model was very first released, it was this colour scheme I always liked. So very excited to be having this painted up. And this model here, if you check out you'll see the image of it there on Instagram, and you can check it out here in this video. But it looks like it's come straight out of White Dwarf magazine. Brilliantly painted and very nicely put together. I'm going to zoom in here and let you see the detail and the work that's gone into this video, and you'll see the skills that Legofingerz has. So just before I zoom in, just give you a 360 here of the whole model. Just House Terran. I always loved the sort of the royal blue and gold colour scheme, and the transfers and the markings. Always loved the checkered pattern for the shoulder pads as well. It's just always classic Imperial Knight. So very, very excited to have this one painted up here and ready to go. And the great thing about Imperial Knights, it's going to be like 6 models, and so just having one of these done is a massive chunk of the army completed already. So he's ready to fight. You can take him as an ally in games. Great thing about Imperial Knights, 2,000 points worth of them, is our Apocalypse battle reports. To have a number of these striding around the table fighting for the Imperium should help add to the epicness of some of the Apocalypse battles. So great to see the possibility of that happening. Now Imperial Knights, I've heard they're competitive. I haven't fought against a pure Imperial Knight army yet, so it'll be an interesting dimension to add to the channel for sure. That just gives you an overview of how the model's been done. And then the grass here. So this muddy sort of battlefield, great colour scheme offset against the knight here. This static grass, 2 tones that he's gone for here, and all these rocks and so on. So looking really good. Just that brown edge, nice finish to that. But I'm going to zoom in here, let you have a look at some of the work that's been done and the details on this model. So I've just noticed something here on this model. You may not be able to see it, but the eyes have been painted through that vision slit. Fully. I've only just noticed it here as you look at the model, but this is the details here. I love the heraldry. That's one of the things I like about House Terran. The heraldry is fantastic. Love the checkered pattern here. The split colours going on here on the leg, the red and the blue. So all of that's been done. Banner looks great. Yeah, what an imposing model. Very high impact looking model here. Always love the shoulder pads, and I don't use an airbrush. I imagine this has been airbrushed and stenciled here, but to get that pristine cut with that checkered pattern here looks absolutely fantastic. And then just you can see this, the shading here. So it's brighter here, shaded down here, and around here is the red warms towards the middle and then shades out towards the edge also. The structure that Legofingerz is working at the moment, he's just getting going. He has a Patreon page, and then for those that there's different levels to it. those that follow on Patreon and support him there, he's saying he's producing highly detailed PDF tutorials, so sort of step by step with all of the information that you need. As he's saying, he's doing it as accurate and as detailed as he can to guide you through the whole process. So that's the reward you get if you join him on Patreon at different levels. There's a prize draw as well for miniatures. Those at a certain level are entered into a prize draw and they can win miniatures and so on. So there's that available from him also, and he's looking as he grows to push into video tutorials as well. So exciting prospects there also. And obviously there's the actual painting commission side of his work, where you can get in contact with him, ask him for a quote. So yeah, I want Imperial Knight painted up as seen in this video, or a different household, and then he'll give you your own price and tell you what it is to have it painted up. But he's saying this is his sort of lower standard. This is a model he painted early on as he got back into painting Warhammer 40k, and that his standards are improving all the time. But to me, I think this is, this is excellent. I wouldn't need a higher standard than this. This is good enough by far. So by all means, get in contact with him and then ask him for a quote. And it can be for any miniatures, but he says he really enjoys painting Imperial Knights, and he's happy to paint any of the households. And the price that he had for this was the price of the model, the price to build, the price to paint, varnish, do all the techniques, and the finished model, and then just your postage on top of that. So I can't give you a fixed price here. Just get in contact with him and he'll let you know what kind of figure you're looking at. So, and sort of a grimier look at the base of the panels here, towards the feet, but not entirely. It's been kept maintained. It's a maintained look about it, which is, I think, what you want. These are meant to be sort of the pride and joy of the Imperium, and so it's a model that's been, or a monstrous construct that's been looked after, a great titanic machine, and then just showing you all the detail of the work that's been done on the silver there. And that's the right tone as well, a darker tone of silver, which is exactly right there for Imperial Knights. But it just gives you an idea of this model. So you can imagine a number of these striding across the table in our regular games. What a challenge it's going to be for other armies to take these on, and then also to see these assisting, playing a major role, most likely, in our games of Apocalypse as well. So there it is, that's the announcement video. So two aspects here. You've got the potential army on the way. Part one, this model's completed and ready for war, which is great. I do have others currently being worked on, a couple of other models being worked on for this list as well. So I'll keep you posted about those, probably for a tactics video. If the unit changes, if a different type of unit, then I'll do a tactics video, then you'll get to see the model, showcase the model, and you get to cover the rules and the tactics for them as well, as this Imperial Knights army starts to grow. And the aim is to reach 2,000 points and then to get them up and running, and hopefully sooner rather than later, which would be a great addition to the channel. So a bit of a surprise really. I thought we were settled on what armies were going to be taking part, but now all of a sudden the potential here for Imperial Knights to make a drastic and rapid impact on the channel, it may disturb the pecking order, or we'll have to see. But also check out Legofingerz and the work he does. Instagram is the best place for him. You can get his contact details there. You get a visual feed of all the different work that he's up to. He's on Patreon, as I said. I'll put all the links in the video below, and then I believe he's on other social media as well, if you use different types of social media, Twitter and Facebook also. But there it is, that's the major announcement here. Imperial Knights potentially on the channel in the near future, and that work's being done by Legofingerz. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.